Hi, Stacy here with Limelight AZ. So yesterday I posted a video that was just emotionally off kilter. I did end up taking in a leave not long after that video, and sure enough, my spirits were lifted. It's so hard when you start kind of having these emotional breakdowns, whether to know if it is actually like a honest emotional response to your circumstances or if it is Lyme related. And so after I did the video, waited a couple more hours and realized that it was getting worse. And so I figured that it was probably inflammation again. And so I took the leave, felt much better within an hour and a half to 2 hours. And so, took more this morning. I also realized that today is full moon, and if you're a Limey, then you know that full moons and new moons often mess with you and make your symptoms more problematic. So I think that was partly why I was doing okay coming off of it for a couple of days, and then it hit me yesterday. So it was the day before full moon. So anyway, so I've got several things to talk about. First of all, the bees are very, very smart. My husband has bought a like a little bug vacuum, and I'll show in a future video the little bug vacuum. But he is having a hard time getting them to come out of the little house. Part of it, I think, is that he's waiting too late into the day to do that. But one of the things he's been doing is blowing in the house to try to kind of stir them up and try to get a couple of them to come out and then try to suck them with the little bug vacuum. Well, since then, and it's been like 3 hours or so, since then, there's been 2 bees outside of the entrance at all times keeping watch. What ended up happening was that after my husband getting the first bee today, the second round, there was 2 bees out there, and so he would try to suck one of the bees into the bug vacuum, and the other bee would like, go after him. So that was my entertainment for the day. My husband doesn't find it so funny. Again, he's never been stung by a bee, and his family has anaphylactic shock history. I honestly I don't see that happening. One of my kids has been stung and is fine. Not because of our bees. This was before that, but it was so I'm not too concerned about him. Plus, the family member that has the family members that have serious bee allergies have a very different kind of skin than he does. So I'm just not terribly concerned. I mean, obviously it would be bad if he went into anaphylactic shock, but I just don't really see that happening for him. Anyway, so these bees are very, very smart. Apparently the spring and summer bees are much more active than the fall and winter bees. So we are starting this right in time to try to get used to how bees are, instead of going through the fall and winter and then going, what is going on with these crazy bees? They're not crazy bees. They're just different kind of bees. Anyway, so today was my 3rd day for being stung. It's not quite a week. Sunday will be a week, which is 2 days from now. It's just that that I wanted to kind of give a follow-up about how the last 5 days or so has gone after starting bee venom therapy. So the first 2 sting days, the venom seemed to go straight for my heart, which was a little nerve-wracking. I had tightness in my chest, and the second sting day, it actually like surrounded around my heart. I was prepared for it today. I was expecting it to happen today. It didn't happen today. So I don't know if the venom was just going after a problem area in my heart area that is remedied already, or what the deal is. But I'm glad that's over, because that was a little nerve-wracking. And so the stings themselves, first 2 days was a lot worse on the left side, and now today it was worse on the right side. So I've heard that people can have a worse side for stinging, but I don't know that my body has figured that out yet. Now, as far as my health for the week, if there's been any changes, unfortunately, yes. I mentioned yesterday I went from being bedridden to like extra bedridden. So previously, and this is TMI, just fair warning. So previously I have been bedridden. I don't really leave the bed. I don't leave the bedroom for sure. And I barely leave the bed. I've been basically going from the bed to the bathroom, and then that's about all. Maybe a shower. And that's about all my activity. And it's been like that for weeks. I've been bedridden since January, but it's gotten progressively worse for how active I can be. I was able to get out of the house and go to our new church a couple of times, but at this point, I think that's come to a stop. Trying to get out and leave the house at this point is just too much. I was doing the hot tub that is in our apartment complex, and I did that for like the first month. I don't know how long we've been here. Like the first month that we lived here. But that has now come to a stop. I can't get out of the tub without a lot of trouble. So I'm not doing that anymore. So at this point, I have also progressed to not really being able to get to the bathroom fast enough. My bladder there's like, I go from going, oh, I don't need to go, to I need to go, and I need to go now, and there is there's not much muscle there to be able to hold things back. Fortunately, it just seems to be on the urine side instead of the number 2 side, but I do know that this is very Lyme related, more specifically Bartonella, and I was told about using Bragg's apple cider vinegar and water, that will flush it out. So I'm going to try that probably Sunday, or maybe Saturday. I don't know. Friday. I'm getting all my days mixed up. At some point in the next couple of days, to see if that will help with my issues. At this point, I've been using like bedside urinal. Girl, that doesn't really work very well. The couple of times that I need to get to the bathroom for number 2 is extremely challenging. The one nice thing I have noticed is that my feet don't seem to hurt quite as much as they were, which was a big problem. Sorry, I needed to reposition. So yeah, the bathroom issue is an issue at this point. I suspect it's partly the progression of the disease and partly having started bee venom therapy. I am definitely noticing some changes in my body, and fairly rapidly in comparison to what I've been dealing with. But so far, the only positive thing I've seen that I feel like it's kind of a little bit of a glimmer of possible feeling better is that when I do walk on my feet, they don't hurt quite as bad. And I'm talking slight, like there's a slight improvement there. So the my muscles are still really screwed up. It takes me, after I've sat up, which lately my husband's been helping me sit up because it's just so hard. My elbows both have like this bursa issue, or what is it? Tennis elbow or whatever, going on with them. So I can't lean on my elbows at all. And I am getting weaker. So, trying to sit up with just swinging my legs has been problematic. Plus, yesterday my son landed on my right leg, when I was laying in bed trying to bring me the baby, and it messed up part of my back. So Now it's even more challenging getting up than it already was because of my back. So my husband lately has been basically like lifting from behind and pushing me into an upward position, which has been a huge help. Unfortunately, he's not here all the time, so the other times it just takes more extra swinging my legs trying to get into an upright position. My hands, oh gosh, my hands. So it's been swollen, both hands in the wrist area, and my hands, they just are painful. If you look at some of my older videos, particularly like right toward the beginning, you'll see I'm wearing braces on my hands. And that was because they hurt. It's hard to describe what it feels like. It's just, they're painful and they're weak. And trying to use them, like even just holding my phone while I'm trying to do this video is not going to last long. I'll probably have to reposition here again in just a second. But it's just painful. There's like no strength there, and for its own weight, much less any additional weight. So I have one brace that I brought with me from Wisconsin. We may end up buying another brace because my hands are just giving me issues. What I'm hoping this is that this is the bee venom bringing this part of the Lyme issues acute already and attacking it so that I won't be continuing to deal with this. Strange side effect is my body feels like it vibrates. And it's, I mean, I don't know if you've ever had a point where your body trying to put weight on it was just making your muscles shake, whether that was after doing a really hard workout or after having had surgery or whatever. But that's kind of how my body feels. My whole body just has this little slight quiver to it, even when I'm laying in bed. It's the strangest feeling. And I've been seeing in the bee venom groups that that's really common. So I do believe that the bee venom is working already, which is I'm so very thankful for. But it's really hard to not want to overdo the venom, knowing that this is going to get rid of my issues here. I never really realized it was going to be a temptation to stick to the protocol. I mean, I'm a follow the rules type person most of the time anyway, and so prior to starting the bee venom, I was like, oh yeah, that's not a big deal. I don't understand why people go outside of the protocol. Well, now I do, because if they don't, I mean, once you get into the protocol, you just want to hurry things up and get your body underway to feeling better. The more bees equals the more venom equals you starting to feel better faster. So the temptation is definitely there for wanting to ramp up the bee stings faster, but I don't dare do that. I really want to feel better, and I don't want to screw it up because I'm going outside of a protocol that is working for a lot of people. So, but at any rate, I mean, the mind games that the Lyme plays with me, it's like part of me wonders if this is actually going to work. Part of me wonders why it's not working already. It's been 3 days of stinging. That's it. Less than a week of going through the whole thing. And I know that that's an unrealistic thought. But man, when your emotions are involved, even when you understand logically things, it just doesn't want to stick. And your emotions seem to try to override your logical thinking, especially with the Lyme. So, that's a little frustrating. Anyways, what else was there? I'm going to flip over again. Okay, so, between my hands and my regular body issues, I apparently just need to be in all sorts of different positions for this video. So I am thankful to be on the bee venom. I have done 6 stings so far. I kind of want to document that. I'm also planning on doing a weekly catch up for what is happening with my bee venom. That way I can say how many stings I've done and keep track of it all and any symptoms I'm experiencing and whatnot. So this is as much for you guys as it is for me. I have found that I drink more lemonade if I have stevia in it. So, or I drink more lemon water if I have stevia in it. So I've been drinking a bunch, which is not helping with my need to go to the bathroom issues. But I know it's good for me and it's flushing my system, which is necessary. Oh gosh, just seems like there was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, video. So, I finally found a video editor I can use for my phone, so I don't have to use it on my computer, which is a much bigger ordeal than I like to deal with. I can just easily do it from my phone, and I'm very happy with it. The only problem is that it leaves like this little logo thing down at the bottom, but I don't care enough right now. Maybe when I'm feeling better or when we've got some extra money coming in, then I can purchase a different one or the same one but without the labeling thing on it. So I'm excited about that because not being able to edit videos has been kind of cumbersome. So I do believe that is all for now. Today has been a much better day. I'm very happy to be stinging. And I think I do feel better on sting days than I do non-sting days. So the next couple of days I'm a little concerned with because I have 2 detox days instead of just 1. And I just want to keep stinging. I want to keep feeling better. So anyways, have a good day.